They kind of smell like old lady perfume, but like in a good way. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know that I've been this excited to film a video in a very long time. Today we are going to be doing a full makeup look using some of your Holy Grail makeup products. I hopped on Instagram a couple of days ago and asked you guys what your Holy Grail products were for foundation, concealer, lip products, brow products, blush, bronzer, highlight, eyeshadow palette, mascara. I think is that all the categories? I am so excited. I've been slowly going through some of the lists. I haven't looked at them all yet. I thought we could do it together on camera. I cannot wait to try out some of these, and I cannot wait to have a really good shopping list. As I was looking at some of the feedback coming in, there were so many suggestions of things that I have not tried yet. So maybe we'll come back later and do a future video on some Holy Grails of yours that I'm trying for the first time. But today we're going to be using what I have within my collection. Thankfully, there were a lot of suggestions that I do own myself. So we're going to go through everything today. I'll share with you guys some of the suggestions I was given. Hopefully we'll be able to create a really lovely makeup look. I cannot wait. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. Before we get into the video, I want to welcome any new visitors to my channel. Very happy to have you here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please be sure to subscribe before you leave if you have not yet done that, and make sure those notifications are turned on so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And with that said, let's get right to it. Alright guys, so we're going to kick things off with foundation. So I am jumping into my responses. So many good ones in here. MAC Studio Fix, that's been on my list for a long time. Still have not tried it. That's actually my sister's favorite foundation. I see a lot of L'Oreal Fresh Wears inside here, which I was really happy to see because that's definitely one of my very favorites as well. I see IT Cosmetics in here a few times. Another favorite of mine. I see the Flower Beauty Foundation. That's a favorite of mine as well. Quite a few Estee Lauder Double Wears in here. I haven't tried that one out either. I see Misha BB Cream a few times. A few more L'Oreal Fresh Wears. Oh boy, YSL All Hours, Kojin Dough. Ooh, that sounds very expensive and fancy. I see Dior in here a couple times, some Fenty foundations. So I think what I'm going to do, I saw in there the IT Cosmetics CC Cream and the L'Oreal Infallible the most as far as the ones that I already own. That's a really tough choice. I feel like I've used this one a lot lately. Literally, this is my second bottle and it's almost gone. And I think I used it in a recent video. So why don't we today go with the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I have the illumination version. That may not be the one that you guys were actually referring to, but I love this one for my skin. It is one of my very, very favorites, especially when I want something nice and healthy and glowy. I like applying this one with my fingers, so I'm going to do that right now. Oh, the smell of this. It smells like clean citrus. And fun fact, while I'm applying this, today happens to be my anniversary. Yes, it is our 20th anniversary today. Is that crazy or what? It is absolutely crazy. 20 years, holy moly. I think we are planning to go out to dinner tonight, so I do want to do something kind of slightly more glamorous today. This is a great foundation because it's a good everyday looking foundation if you like to use more of a high-end foundation for everyday, which actually I don't. Normally I like to use my cheaper foundations for everyday, but I like this one because it's easy to wear, it lasts pretty well on me, it looks amazing on my skin. I think it's a good date foundation when I want my skin to look really, really nice. I just realized I also did not include a powder, but that's another one of those products that I probably only own 4 or 5 powders in my entire collection, so there probably would have been a lot in there that I did not even own. I don't typically like to powder this foundation, but I think I am going to add just a tiny bit of powder to my forehead and my smile lines just so it lasts a little bit better. I have a brand new package, well almost brand new. I bought this literally 2 days before my full month of nothing new. It's just the Rimmel Stay Matte in Translucent. I'm just going to add a little bit of this to my forehead, kind of between my brows, and a little bit more to the sides of my mouth. Okay, let's move into concealer. See what you guys had to say. Concealer, Tarte Shape Tape Ultra Creamy. Lots of Maybelline Instant Age Rewinds in here. Benefit Boing, I haven't tried that one yet. Thank you, Carrie. A lot of e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealers in here. Another e.l.f. Camo from Teresa. Another e.l.f. Hydrating Camo from Anna. Born This Way, multi-use, I'm assuming. Maybelline Fit Me, lots of Maybelline Fit Me and Age Rewinds. Clinique NARS Soft Matte, NARS Radiant Creamy. I've never tried a NARS concealer. I'm gonna have to write some of these down and come up with a massive shopping list for ones to try in the future because you guys have some really good suggestions in here. There's another Too Faced Born This Way multi-use Kaja. I love the Kaja. Hourglass Vanish, ColourPop Pretty Fresh, another Too Faced, another Sauce, another e.l.f. Hydrating, several Revlon Candids in here. So happy to see that because you guys know how much I dearly love that concealer. But I think I'm seeing a theme here. Lots of e.l.f. Hydrating Camo and Too Faced Born This Way. Ooh, which one should I use? Let's go with the e.l.f. one since I went high-end with foundation. Let's go more drugstore for concealer. And this is a great one. I have two shades of it. I have Medium Sand, and then I have the shade Fair Warm. Probably will use both of these shades today. By the way, thank you to everyone that responded. I was a little worried when I announced that I was going to do some of these involved Instagram videos because I've been so MIA on Instagram for the last year. I don't know what it was. 2020 kind of, you all know, it was a crazy year. And 2021 has been arguably just as crazy. So I think I kind of just, I don't know, felt like I wanted to bury my head in the sand, and my way of doing that is avoiding Instagram. So I apologize. I've just had a hard time getting back into it, and it has nothing to do with you guys or Instagram in general. It's just I don't know. I'm making excuses now. I need to just get back into it. It is really fun. I love hearing from you guys on there. I've long said this with my semi-aversion to social media. I think it's because as a mom to teenagers, and I'm sure some of you can maybe relate to this, but I often get very concerned and criticize my kids for how much time they're spending on social media, and I kind of want to police it a little bit because it's dangerous. It's kind of a scary place for teenagers to be, which if you have teenagers, you probably know how that goes. But I think it's been hard for me to take the approach of Instagram's okay for me and kind of part of my job, I guess, if you want to call it that, and then tell them that it's not good for them. You know what I mean? Oh man, this is so pretty. And I did pull out my Ulta Beauty sponge for this. Such a great little concealer sponge. Looks amazing. I love it. And I just realized I powdered my face before I put my concealer on. Oh, Mandy. So we're going to keep going with the face. Next category that I listed was a bronzer. Holy Grail bronzers. Let's have a look. All right, I see the Too Faced Sweetheart bronzer in here. Lots and lots of Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Holy cow. Literally like 6 in a row. Lots of Milani Silky Matte. Hourglass is in here. Chanel. Ooh. Bare Minerals bronzer. More Physicians Formula. More Physicians Formula. There's the Flower Beauty. One of my favorites. Wayne Goss. I haven't yet tried the Wayne Goss Makeup Out. That's kind of been on my radar. Just haven't done it yet. Fenty Cream Bronzer. Been interested in that one too. Persona Stick Bronzer, that is on my to buy list, by the way, for September. That's pretty high at the top of my list of things that I want to buy once my full month of nothing new ends. Very interested in those. Tower 28, I have not tried anything out from that brand yet. Milk Makeup Stick Bronzer, you know I love that one. So I think what we're going to go with is the Physicians Formula. This was by far the one that was mentioned the most, probably followed closely by the Silky Matte Bronzer by Milani. I am really trying to work my way through this bronzer in Hit Pan. I feel like I'm getting awfully close, and I really want to try out the new packaging, even though it's still just as bulky as the old packaging. But I do kind of feel like maybe mine is slightly losing its scent. It's not quite as strong as it used to be, which is definitely a drawback for me because this is one of the most beautiful smelling products ever. Reminds me of like a beach. Speaking of the beach, I will let you guys know. Do you guys want to know what my husband gave me this morning for our 20th anniversary? Plane tickets to Hawaii. I have never been to Hawaii. I cannot believe he did that. I am so excited. So we're not going until the end of November, but I cannot wait. I was looking at the tickets this morning though, and I told him, do you realize that these are going to be over our oldest son's 18th birthday? So I kind of feel bad, but I did talk to my son this morning. He was like, yeah, I knew he was getting you those tickets. So we'll have to just give him an extra special celebration when we get back. We'll celebrate for him while we're on the beach. I cannot wait though. Maybe I'll buy the new bronzer before I go on that trip and take it with me. And I'm praying that COVID kind of settles down a little bit and doesn't ruin our trip. Is that selfish or what? Okay, never fails me. That bronzer is amazing. You guys have good taste. Okay, let's do highlighter next. Oh, Smashbox Pearl palette. Hey, I just talked about that one. That's kind of one that's been growing on me, even though it's an older one that I don't even know if they sell this one anymore. I actually have it on my desk. Used it yesterday. Essence Pure Nude. Ooh, there's a couple of Essence Pure Nudes. Becca Opal, Becca Any Shade, Flower Beauty Quad, Karen. I love that one too. Laura Mercier. Have not tried a Laura Mercier. Have I tried anything from Laura Mercier? I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever tried a Laura Mercier product. Rare Beauty. Still a brand that's on my radar, on my list. Lots more Essence Pure Nudes. BH Cosmetics Belgian Waffle Palette, and the Super Shock ones. Double Gleam by MAC, love that one. Benefit Cookie. 3 more Essence Pure Nudes in a row. ABH Amrezy, haven't tried that one. Ooh, Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Natasha Denona Super Glow, Hourglass, and Charlotte Tilbury Film Star. Very expensive taste, Diana. I like all of those though. Lots more Essence Pure Nudes. All right, we're gonna go with the Essence Pure Nude. That was by far the one that was mentioned the most in here. This is a really good, pretty, glowy skin one. Actually, I think what I wanna do, I wanna use this one, and then we're gonna use a tiny spotlight highlight using the Cookie highlight from Benefit, because that was mentioned several times. So let's start with the Essence Pure Nude. I'm gonna take this is my number 19 brush from Refer. I actually really love these brushes for highlight. They work really well, especially for like a highlight that's, I mean, I don't want to call this highlight subtle. That's definitely not subtle. I mean, it's very, very there, but it's not too glittery. It's just right. I love the formula of this highlighter. It's super, super pretty. I have a comment the other day, and I've had this comment several times, asking why do people highlight the center or the tip of their nose? I actually don't know the answer to that. It's kind of just a habit for me now. I don't even know that I particularly think it looks good on me. I am just of the opinion, I love highlighter so much, the more surfaces I can highlight, the better. I don't know, that's just me. I know not everyone feels that way, and a lot of people don't like the nose highlight, so do what feels right for you. I really like it, but I recognize not everyone does. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of my Benefit Cookie highlight. This is from the Cheek Stars palette. I'm just gonna take a smaller highlighting brush. I have this one right here from BH Cosmetics. I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of this on the tip of this brush. Oh, I love the smell. Love the smell of the Benefit products. They kind of smell like old lady perfume, but like in a good way. I'm gonna go super glowy today because it's only 1:30 in the afternoon and our date will be later. So I figure my highlighter will kind of melt into my skin, not be quite as intense. So I'm gonna go in a little bit more heavy-handed than I normally would. Okay, let's move into blush. What do we have for blush? Katie says Milani Baked Blushes. NARS and Buxom from Christine. Lots of Milani in here. Benefit Dallas from Marcy. See NARS Orgasm. I see that in here a few times. Mac Melba. You guys know I love Mac Melba. Flower Beauty Warm Hibiscus. That's such a good one. And she did mention it's a NARS Orgasm dupe. Milani Luminoso. Mac Melba again. All Persona Super Blushes. I would agree. Those are so good. Primer Infused Blushes from e.l.f. I love those. Bare Minerals Loose Blushes. I've never tried those. I love the Bare Minerals Powder Compact Blushes and their Bounce and Blur blushes, but I haven't tried their loose blushes. Buxom, I still haven't tried a Buxom blush. That's been on a couple different wish lists. I still have not tried it. e.l.f. Putty Blush. We have Jouer in here. Essence Satin Touch blushes. I love those. Dior Glow Blush. Sigma blushes. Max Factor and Alluring Rose. Ofra Samantha March blush. I have the one in her palette. I don't have the original one she came out with. I love the one in the palette. Patrick Ta. You guys know how much I love Patrick Ta. M Cosmetics in here again. Essence blushes. Clinique Cheek Pop. We've got Persona blushes in here again. There's Luminoso again. Another Persona. Luminoso one more time. Let's go with Luminoso. I think that was the one I saw the very most, and it's actually been a little while since I have used my Luminoso blush. So let's give this one a try. I know I love it already. It is so pretty. I take it on my Real Techniques blush brush. And I have the original. I heard somewhere that maybe their formula changed sometime in the last 5 years or so. I've had this specific blush for 6 years, I think. And it's still going strong. I think when I first tried this out, I didn't wear blush every single day. It was like only for date nights would I put on all the different layers of makeup and actually use blush. That was back in my bronzer only days. Now blush is one of my very favorite things. I love it so much. Look how pretty that is. Oh, my cheeks look so glowy and beautiful. I love it. And I just realized again, I didn't include a setting spray. Darn it. I'll have to just use one of my Holy Grails and ask you that maybe next time. Let's now move into, let's do brows next. All right, so lots of good suggestions in here. We've got lots of Benefit Gimme Brows. I see that like 3 or 4 times just on the first page of recommendations. We've got the CoverGirl Slim Brow. I have not tried that one out yet. The ABH Brow Pomade, the Brow Wiz. I see the e.l.f. Brow Wow in here quite a few times. There it is again, e.l.f. Wow Brow. Glossier Boy Brow. I still have not tried out Glossier either. That's another brand I feel like I need to order a bunch of stuff from and do a video on. Maybe this fall we'll do that. Another ABH, that one's the clear brow gel. NYX Micro Brow Pencil, NYX Brow Glue. e.l.f. $2 brow pencil, I love that one. There's again e.l.f. brow pencil. Lots of e.l.f., lots of Benefit, lots of ABH inside here. And there's the Ultra Slim brow pencil, you guys know. I love that one. Why don't we, I think I saw e.l.f. and Benefit in here the most, so why don't we do a combination of both of those? Let's go in with the e.l.f. $2 brow pencil. Mine is in the shade Taupe first, and then we will set that in place with my Benefit Gimme Brow. I have the shade number 3. So when I'm using the Benefit Gimme Brow, I like to be a little more light-handed with my brow pencil. It's actually a little harder to be light-handed with this pencil because it's not slim, but I do love how quickly you can get your brows done with this pencil. And it's so cheap, and the color is great. And it lasts pretty well on me. So I basically want to just start off filling this underside here where I'm really sparse. Kind of fill in a couple strokes through here, and then mostly concentrate just on my arch right here where I have a lot of sparseness, and then just very lightly take it through the tail. I don't want to put too much in because the brow gel does give me quite a bit of color and fullness, so if I do too much with the pencil they end up looking pretty intense, which, not that that's a bad thing, but it's not how my brows naturally are or what I'm used to. So I don't want to have crazy dark brows and look angry on my anniversary. Alright, now let's set those down with my Benefit Gimme Brow. Is this the same as the 24-hour brow setter? You know, sometimes a product has like 3 different names, like the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. That's my favorite one because it has 3 or 4 names. Maybe this is one of those. It actually wore off. The packaging, the writing on the tube is just blank now. For some reason it wore off. I don't even use this very often. Like, this is my special occasion brow gel. Okay, so that's gonna do it for brows. Oh, I forgot to pick here's another one I forgot. I forgot to do an eye primer. You know what? I'm just gonna pick one on my own. I thought that list seemed a little short, so I'm just gonna go in with some of my Alter Ego eyeshadow primer. Did I say brow primer? I meant eyeshadow primer. Now let's jump into the eyeshadow palettes. I have not looked at my eyeshadow palettes yet. This was one I was very tempted to look at immediately, and I told myself, don't do it. This one definitely has the most responses. Natasha Denona Glam palette. Natasha Denona Glam palette. You guys have good taste. Wander Beauty or Natasha Denona Minis. Oh, I do love the Natasha Denona Minis. Going Coconuts palette. Urban Decay Naked 2. I don't have that one. Natasha Denona Biba. Natasha Denona Mini Nude. Oh, how do you pick one? I don't. I couldn't either, Karen. I probably would have a list of like 14. Like, see this person that put like 30? That would be my response. ABH Soft Glam, the new Wayne Goss. Oh, I really want to try that one. Makeup Revolution. Let's see, Doll 10. Oh, I haven't tried that one either. Another ABH Soft Glam. Sydney Grace Sunny Days. Oh boy. Persona Identity 1. Oh, Persona Identity again. Persona Identity again. Natasha Denona Biba. Tati Beauty. I love this response. How do I choose one? It'd be like choosing which of my kids I like better. That is exactly how I feel about my eyeshadow palette. Another Persona Identity, another Persona Identity, another Soft Glam. I feel like those, the Persona Identity, the Soft Glam, and the Natasha Denona Glam are probably the ones that I am seeing the very most. So I think I'm gonna go with the Persona Identity. It's one of my holy grails as well. I haven't used it for a while, and I love the somewhat natural but smoky looks that come out of this palette. Perfect for a date night. So we're gonna go with this one today. Thank you for all the suggestions. I'm gonna save that and go back through it later because I'm sure there are some palettes in there that I haven't tried yet that I always love trying a new eyeshadow palette. You don't have to push me too hard. Okay, let's start off in this shade. Right here, I always love to start in the shade Charming, and I usually like to dip in a little bit of the matte ivory above it, the shade Humble, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And we're going to just start building that up here in the crease. I really want to take my time to lay down this lighter shade, just so these darker shades, these shades down here, I love this palette, but these, they go on darker than they look in the pan. Like, this palette can look a lot more smoky than it looks to be in the pan, which I don't mind that. I just think you have to know that going into it. Because when the first couple times I tried this out, I was surprised at how dark my eye looks were because I wasn't expecting some of these darker shades to be quite so dark, but they are quite smoky. Man, she has such a good eyeshadow formula though. Her matte formula is super pigmented but super easy to blend. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on here several times that I think she has one of the best shimmer formulas out there. I kind of want to keep this one a little bit warm today because I'm doing kind of peach tones on my cheeks. So let's add a little bit of this shade down the corner, this kind of orange color. This is the shade Audacious. Same brush, I'm just going to add a little bit of this through this outer corner to warm it up a little bit. Look at that. I mean, I've only used these two shades so far. Look how dark that is already. All right, let's add that same shade. I'm gonna actually go in with this. No, let's take this one. Let's take my Rougher number 2 brush. We're gonna take, let's mix these two shades together, the Tan Charming and the Orange Audacious. Why can't I say that? Audacious. I'm gonna tap off the excess and we're gonna run this just right at my lashes here on the outermost corner. This is gonna be dark, so I don't wanna go in too far. I'm going to wipe that off, and I'm actually going to go into the light ivory right here, and just with kind of what's left on the brush and that lighter shade, I'm going to run that underneath what I just put down to help kind of pull a little bit of that pigment in without making it too dark right there. It's going to add a little bit of shadow down there without getting me too smoky, because I just don't like having a really smoky line on my lower lash line. It just doesn't look very good on me. I wish that it did. I always see that on other people and think, wow, that's so pretty. I love that smoky lower lash line. Every time I try it on me, I'm just like, no, it doesn't look good. Same on this side. So now this is where things get, I want to go even a little bit smokier, but I don't want to go too crazy smoky. So I think I'm going to take this brown right here. This one is a little bit, I wouldn't call it a shimmer. It's not a shimmer in the same way that these foiled shades are. It's more of a satiny shimmer. It is the shade Bossy. Like I said that really weird. Bossy. Oh, that reminds me, we watched this show. Any of you guys watched The Middle? It's a sitcom. I think it was an ABC sitcom. It's not running anymore, but it ran for like 8 seasons. We love it in our family. It's like next to The Office. It's, in our opinion, one of the greatest comedy sitcoms ever. It's hilarious. But there's this one episode where the kid says, Bossy. And I don't know why I'm explaining that to you. That shade just reminded me of that show. If you're looking for a good sitcom, if you can appreciate the comedy of family life in America, I think you'd appreciate that show. It's pretty funny. Very pretty. So most of that I put down below. We're gonna add a little bit more on this upper lash line. Since we're not gonna be using a eyeliner today, I really want to smoke out this lash line. Not the whole outer corner, really just the lash line here. So I'm just sticking with that same shade, Bossy, and then I think I might dip into that really dark chocolatey, charcoaly brown in the outer corner. Okay, I do want to blend that just a little bit. I'm going to take this brush. This is actually from Nabla, from the Nabla set that I got. This is kind of a blunt, sort of soft smudge brush. I'm just going to take this under this lower lash line and really blend that out. I don't want it to look like a line. I just want it to be really diffused and smoky. So there's nothing left on here. I'm going to wipe it off a few times and just really blend that line out. Okay, then I'm going to just take my sponge I used for my concealer. So I'm going to run it kind of directly below where I applied all that shadow and blend it a lot. I just want to make sure it's not down too low. Kind of clean up that. Alright, now we're going to go back into the palette and pick out a shimmer. I think I'm going to go with the green. It's not really a green. It's like a very neutral kind of green toned silver, I guess I would say. I love this shade. It's the shade Bombshell. I love all the shimmer shades in that upper quadrant of this palette, but I feel like the green will go really well with the rest of what we have going on the face today. Ah, that's beautiful. So pretty. This formula reminds me a lot of my beloved Sydney Grace formula. You guys know how much I love the Sydney Grace shadows in general, but their shimmer formula is really special, and this one reminds me a lot of Sydney Grace. I'm going to go back to that number 2 brush from Rougher. I'm just going to run that through the crease right here. Just kind of buff out some of that shimmer without knocking too much of it off. Okay, and I'm going to just, one more time, I'm going to dip back into this palette, and I'm going to take a combination of these 2 shades, Charming and Audacious. Audacious. I am having a hard time with that word today, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because I've never said that word in my life. I don't even know if I know what audacious means. That's kind of embarrassing to admit, but Great, let's move into mascara. So I asked you guys about mascara. We have got a lot of recommendations in here. Let's go through some of these really quick. Holy cow, there's a lot. Lots of Lash Princesses in here, specifically the green one. It's been a while since I have owned a tube of the green Lash Princess. Maybe I need to grab another one of those. Literally 4 times in a row that was recommended. I also see a lot of Lash Paradise in here from L'Oreal. By the way, someone mentioned, you said Holy Grails. So yeah, typo, my bad. Holy Grail mascara. What's your Holy Grail mascara? Lots of Thrive Cosmetics mascaras in here. You know I love that one. Bare Minerals Lashtopia, that's another great one. It Cosmetics Superhero, another one of my favorites. e.l.f. Keep Your Curl, I haven't tried that one yet. I kind of gave up on e.l.f. mascaras for a while. Maybe I need to try them out again. Pharmacy 3D mascara. Lancome Lash Idol. Ooh. More L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Lots more Essence in here. There's Thrive again. The Balm, L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Marc Jacobs in here. Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir. There's Marc Jacobs again. All right, you know what? I actually have a mini of the Marc Jacobs mascara that I have never tried. Why don't we open it up and give it a try today? All right, so here it is. Here's the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara. I got this in a holiday set from Sephora, I think it's last year. So let's open this one up and give it a try today and cross our fingers. I have heard a lot of good things about this one. I also have a Pat McGrath mascara back in my mascara drawer that I haven't opened up yet either, a mini. But today we're gonna try out the Marc Jacobs and hope that it works for me. I am putting my trust in a handful of you guys. So far so good. Wow. It's giving me serious length and volume. Alright guys, so there are the finished eyes, complete with mascara. I really like that mascara. Great suggestion. Thank you for the recommendation. I do want to jump back into my Persona palette and take this champagne or white shimmer right here. This is the shade Sassy. Just taking that on this tiny little Rephr brush, and we're going to pop just a tiny bit of this on my inner corner right here. Alright, there we have it. Now I think the last thing we have is the lips. So I put lips in one category. I just asked you guys for your recommendations for lip products in general. Let's have a look and see what you guys came up with. Alright, we've got Maybelline Superstay in here, lots of NYX Butter Gloss in here, lots of Fenty glosses in here. We've got some Charlotte Tilbury in here, Pillow Talk, MAC Cream in Your Coffee, anything MAC, Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon. I haven't tried those out yet. That's mentioned a couple of times in a row. Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I have never tried out the Laneige lip sleeping mask. I've had it in my cart at YesStyle a few times. I just can't bring myself to spend $10 or $20 on a sleeping mask. I don't know why that is. I also see in here Aquaphor. I love that you guys put this in here because that is actually, I don't have it down here in my makeup area, but it sits up on my skincare counter, which you guys will see in an upcoming video. It is my holy grail product to put on my lips before I go to bed at night, or anything that's dry, I'll put that on. I love the Aquaphor. Fenty Gloss Bomb again. We've got MAC Velvet Teddy. I don't think I have that shade. MAC Lip Liners. Oh, I love the MAC Lip Liners. Chanel La Rouge Duo. Expensive but amazing. I have to take your word for it. I don't have a Chanel lip product, or a Chanel anything for that matter. Buxom is in here several times. Have not tried Buxom. I've seen Juvia's Place in here a few times. Different shades. The shade Libra. I love the shade Chic. It's one of my favorites. I need to pick up a couple more shades because I think those are amazing. Those Juvia's Place lipsticks are really, really good. Lots of Maybelline in here. Ooh, we've got a specific shade, and I think I actually own this one. Maybelline lipstick in 920. Sure enough, there it is, Nude Lust. I love this lipstick. I think I want to go with this one today. And why don't we go with a MAC lip liner? I did see a couple people mention the MAC lip liners. So I'm going to take my MAC lip liner. I have the shade Whirl right here, one of my favorites. Let's do MAC Whirl. Why don't I swatch these for you guys before we apply them? So there we have MAC's Whirl. And then this is the shade 920 from Maybelline. It's a very light nude shade. It's Nude Lust is the name of it. I do love this one, especially with a darker lip liner. So, so pretty. Really nice beigey kind of pink. And then maybe on top of that, I saw a lot of Fenty gloss bombs in there. So we'll add a little bit of my Fenty gloss bomb on top. And I do love taking this with me on dates. So let's do that for my lip combination. Start off with the MAC lip liner. I'm going to put quite a bit of this on. I kind of fill in my lips a little bit with this because the shade is quite light. And let's take the Maybelline lipstick in 920. I love the Maybelline lipsticks. They're so good. And I like all of their formulas. I like the mattes. I like the shine formula. I like this original formula. It's really pretty too. Last but not least, let's add just a little bit of the Fenty lip gloss just right in the center. Oh, what a pretty lip combination. Love this makeup look. This is everything. I realized again that I forgot to mention setting spray on my Instagram story. So I'm just going to add what I probably would have used anyway, which is the all-nighter setting spray. I love this, especially when I want to really keep my makeup locked in, make it last just a little bit longer. This works really well. A couple sprays of this. And that, you guys, completes this full face of your Holy Grail makeup products. I love how this look came together. It is perfect for a date night look, an anniversary look. So thank you guys for the recommendations. I loved reading through them. Whether I mentioned it in today's video or not, your feedback, I read all of them, and I'm so happy to have that list filed away in my Instagram archive so that I can go back to it and create a really awesome shopping list. So keep an eye out for that video. I will try and maybe do that in the next month or two. A full face of your Holy Grails that are new to me. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Huge thank you to all of you that participated and sent me some feedback on Instagram. I really appreciate it. It was so much fun reading through those. And it's no surprise to me that this look came out as beautifully as it did because you guys have some really good suggestions. So thank you guys again. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching this full month of nothing new. I really have been enjoying these videos. Hopefully you guys are as well. And let that be one last reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider doing that before you leave. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much again. I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye. So that you can be notified every time I upload. What?